Hi, welcome back to the channel. I'm Tina. I'm here with my friend Jean. We're here at the Rudai Reservoir.
You good?
We're at the Deer campground, which is on the Rudai Reservoir. I met Jean about 4 years ago when we came camping here, and she was the camp host. And she's been kind enough to sit down with me today and talk about her experience of being a camp host, when she became a camp host, what her ups and downs have been, and what she loves about it and doesn't love about it. And but this is Jean, and this is Tang, which is the camp host buddy. Yeah, he's so sweet. Yeah,
We keeping you up?
Yeah, we're keeping him up. So, Jean, would you like to tell a little bit about, how you got here and, the...
Initially, I was living in Florida, and I was working in retail, and it got real tiring and really hot. So I had some, I don't know if you want to hear this, I had some family health issues that made me realize that if I was going to do anything that I wanted to do, I ought to just go do it. So I sold my house, and I sold all my stuff, and I bought a van. And my first camper was a Dodge ProMaster van that I built myself. And well, you saw that because I had that when I first met you.
You had that here when we came here, your camper van.
Yep.
It's very cool, I have to say.
I'm on camper number 5 in 4 years. So I'm liking it. It's been an adventure, to say the least.
What brought you here to Deerhammer Campground? What got you here in Denver? Because if you were in Florida and you came here, what got you to this campground?
To this campground specifically was, to be honest, I just randomly needed to get out of Florida. So I put my name into as many sites online that were hiring for camp hosts away in the Midwest and the North. I wanted to be away from the heat and away from the humidity and near water. I really like to fish.
Well, this is a beautiful place to fish. It's the Frying Pan River, and
it's
trout.
A gold medal trout stream on the bottom end. In my resume, I think I put probably 7 times. Did I mention I like to fish? So when they called me for the job, he's like, it came to my attention that maybe you like to fish. I have just the spot for you.
Oh, wow.
So he sent me pictures, and I fell in love. The sunsets, as you know, here are beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
And you guys see my pictures that I post, and it's just, it doesn't matter. You can look at the same thing every day, but as long as the sun's in a different angle, it may have snowed, the clouds may be low, and it may be cloud covered. Every day is beautiful in its own right, but it's different every day.
Yes.
The same shot is different every single day.
That's correct. We've been here before.
And you can't help but love it.
Yes, that's true. We've been here before, out there camping on the river, and it'd be a beautiful moment. The sun will be out, and the next thing you know, it might be raining, but it's still all beautiful, and in itself. And the clouds may be lingering over the mountains, and it's beautiful.
It is beautiful. And at this elevation, it's just, they look different, and they feel like they're so much closer. You could just kind of reach out, and the pictures show it too, as them being much closer. I don't know. I just love the climate. I don't care if it's raining, snowing, hailing. I just love it here. It's beautiful.
So I know that you were camp host here, and I know that you've moved around different locations now. So you're camp host at different areas, or can you explain what you're...
Right now, I'm the operations manager for the Western Slope for this company, for Vista Recreation. And I manage 33 campgrounds, day uses, and boat launches. So I do move around a little, but I have a base, and I have managers and site managers that take care of the day-to-day, but they report it back to me, and I keep it rolling.
So if someone wanted to camp here, what are the different little locations that somebody could come here and camp on the campgrounds? There's multiple ones. I know you've mentioned to me.
Yep. They would go on recreation.gov because 98% of our campgrounds are on reservation systems since COVID. So you would go on recreation.gov, and you would look under Aspen Sopris or Rio Blanco. Those are both my regions. On this side, we have, in Aspen, we have a campground called Difficult. We have Redstone over in Carbondale area. We have Marble, Bogan Flats, which there's a really cool barbecue place there called Smokin' Groovin' Barbecue. It's really good. We have on the frying pan here itself, I have 4 campgrounds on the route at the boat launch at the far end. I have Molly B, Little Maddie, Little Maud, and the marina itself has 8 sites and a kiosk that they manage for boat launch. I have Deer Hammer, and then up the road a little bit, about 6 miles, I have Chapman North and South, and 1 non-reservation campground called Elk Wallow, and it's about 5 miles up, and then 3 miles down a gravel road. Nobody knows about it; it's a secret, but it's really cool.
And on each one of those locations, I guess there's tent camping and RV camping, or is it all, some's tent only, some's RV only, or?
I don't have any tents only campsites.
Okay.
So tents are welcome. If there's a piece of grass to camp, you're welcome to camp. Most of them have a spot like you guys have for a camper, but you're welcome to put a tent with it. The marina down at Rudai, they have 8 sites, and those are RV only, no tenting. But that's the only campground I have that has any type of restrictions.
So what do you feel like has been your most enjoyable and the not so enjoyable moments of camp hosting?
I look forward to Father's Day weekend because y'all come here every Father's Day weekend.
Yeah, there's a group of us that meet up here, you know, every year on Father's Day weekend. Some can make it, some can't, but it's always available for, you know, a group of friends that come here. And, you know, we play games, we talk, we have a campfire, we, just have a good time. And
I take a day off.
She takes a day off and hangs out with us, yes. So what have been what do you think your highs and lows have been?
It's pretty much a constant high. The low is when we close.
Oh, really?
I hate closing. I hate leaving. The first year that you guys met me, when I left that year, I actually cried when I had to leave the mountain.
Oh, where did you go?
I went back to Florida.
Oh.
Yuck.
Yeah.
it's just so hot.
Yeah.
And coming from the zero humidity and the temperate climate, you know, the highs are in the low 80s in the summer, and I mean 40s at night. That's perfect, right?
Yeah, that's great. It can be a little chilly when you're, you know, not
when you're not used to it.
Yeah.
You do get climatized to it.
Yeah. And this weekend's been a little chilly.
This weekend, and hence the hat. It has been cold.
Yeah.
But it's been, I don't know. I don't have any lows. I really don't. Even on a bad day, it's a good day. Does that sound bad? But
no,
that's how I
great.
feel.
You love your job.
I do.
So.
This is, you know, it's not really work if you love it, right? That's what they say. So, yeah, the lows are the closing times when I have to go find something else to do for 5 months.
I know you've been trying to convince me and David to, you know, you keep saying, when you're ready, let us know.
That was from day one. I'm like, okay, you guys.
So if someone was to ask you about what it's like to be a camp host, what the jobs would entail, and, you know, just kind of give us a little description of what it would be like to be a camp host at one of your locations.
Okay. So for me, my expectations might be different than some people's expectations. But my expectations from a camp host, first of all, you got to love people. And you have to be able to interact with folks. You just do, all kinds of folks. And so that's a big priority. There's a little bit of weed eating, a little bit of mowing. You put up some placards, clean the restrooms. We really try and keep these restrooms in my area are virtually spotless, and we're real proud of that because that just sets us a little bit above a lot of the campgrounds. And we get reviews constantly on, oh my gosh, we could sleep in those bathrooms, you know. And my hosts are so proud of that. They spend the extra time. Last year we started an award last year, the toilet bowl award.
Oh no!
And we had a brass toilet bowl that we gave to the guy that got the most reviews on his bathrooms last year.
Well, we'll have to make sure to put in a little review this weekend.
it was so much fun. And people are like, oh, how come he got it? It's like he got the most reviews. Well, I'm getting it next year.
Oh, yeah.
So now it's on. It's a contest now. They're just like, I want to get that toilet bowl award this year. And it's silly as it sounds, but it's just you gotta work together as a team, no matter how close your campgrounds are. And it's just, as a host, I'm sorry, I went off topic, but for the hosts, you just basically have to be willing to be a team player, willing to work with the public, be personable, non-judgmental because everybody's different, and just chill.
And what are the benefits of being a camp host at one of the campgrounds?
good question. So, as a host, first in my campgrounds anyway, I don't know about other places, but we provide full hookups to our hosts. So you get electric, you get water, you get sewer, or the ability to dump without moving your camper, whether it's unfortunately Blue Boy or Macerate, and we provide all that, which is really cool. So you have no overhead. We don't deduct that from anything. So that's complimentary, and then you get a wage. So my hosts in Colorado, they make a decent wage. Just for here, they make above minimum. And then my site managers do very well also. You add the rent in or the cost of your site into that. You know, they do very well.
And for somebody who's wanting a camp host, looking to maybe live a little more simple life, that may be a good benefit for them.
I have some hosts that rent their house out for 7-8 months a year, so that covers that, and then they work, and then they get to travel on the other months. If they don't want to go home, the renters stay and they travel. It works out very well. I actually was able to buy a little house last year.
Oh.
So I bought a tiny house.
Oh, nice.
A little 600 square foot house, 1928.
And is that here in Denver?
No, it's actually in Colorado, but it's over near the Kansas line on the eastern plains. So it's a little windy over there.
Oh yeah.
But
hopefully you don't become Dorothy.
yeah, don't put this in the thing. But what was I thinking?
Yeah. So I know that a lot of the campgrounds, or most of the campgrounds, there are no hookups. So
Right.
you are basically boondocking. So is that correct?
Yeah, they call it dry camping. I think
camping?
more than not.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of them.
So come prepared. You know, there's not electric, there's not sewage, there's not water. So you have to bring all of your.
Well, we provide water in most of our campgrounds. We only have a couple that don't have water. But we do provide water spigots. Now, they're not all with threads because some of our campgrounds are on wells. So you start putting 60, 70 gallons for every RV out of your well. It doesn't take long for your well to not be functioning well.
Well, no pun intended there, right? So, and then anybody who wants their cell phone service.
Oh, good question.
The cell phone service, you won't have any when you're down in this.
No.
Not down in these areas. So.
But Starlink works very well.
Okay. Do you use Starlink?
I use Starlink myself. My office up the hill, we use Starlink. Most of my hosts use Starlink, and it gives us the ability to communicate with Wi-Fi calling and texting. And so my hosts get daily arrival reports from the reservation system. And those come through their Starlink email once a day, and they print those off and see who's coming in and make their placards and go on with their day. That's very little paperwork.
If we were on our campsite here and there was an emergency, then we could come to you and say, "Hey, we need to make it out." Or the camp host.
Or the camp host.
And they would.
Yes, and most of our campgrounds, if they don't have a Starlink, they'll have some type of satellite, because they have to receive arrival reports. And I do have telephones on some of them, landlines, and some that just hook into the computers through the satellite that you can call 911 on. Because Starlink, you can't really call 911.
And so I know there's a little town up here. Well, a little
Meredith.
Meredith, that's right.
Meredith.
And
population 26, I think. Yeah.
And it's walking distance from here.
Yes.
So you can walk up there, and it's just a tiny little store with the post office, and go in and get you some supplies if you need it, just some odds and ends, or if you wanted to mail something off, I guess.
Well, actually, the mail runs all year round up there. The store is only open till, I believe it's Labor Day. They start to do their close down at Labor Day, and then they close when we close, because there just isn't the traffic.
Yes. Yeah, we go up there every once in a while. Matter of fact, we went up there yesterday, and they had a good supply of stuff.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can buy little souvenirs, or if you want to get something to make popcorn, they have popcorn. They have ice cream. They have a variety of things.
She keeps it good.
Well stocked.
Yep, she keeps it well stocked for the average person of what you might need. And they're wonderful folks up there.
Oh, absolutely.
Are you shivering, Bubba? You're cold. I cut his hair off. He's cold.
Aw. Well, Jean, I appreciate you talking with me, taking the time to talk with me, and you too, Tang.
Tank didn't say much today, but usually
No,
he's a
he does.
talker.
He's always talking. So
He's
is there
camera shy.
Yeah, he's camera shy today.
Are you camera shy?
Is there anything else you would like to add, or that we might have missed talking about, or?
No, stay up. I think you did really good. I think you covered all the stuff that people would want to know, I think. But maybe they'll text you some questions or send you some questions and we can do answers.
Yeah, that'd be good. Questions or answers.
Yeah, we can do that.
And we'll be showing some photos of how beautiful this campground is and how beautiful the river is. And some of us have caught fish this weekend, some of us haven't. I do say how beautiful it is and how it's really been majestic. You know, and every once in a while you'll catch a glimpse of an eagle flying by.
There's actually a family. The first year I was here, there was one eagle, and I've got some beautiful photos of them. But the second year, there was a pair, and they had an offspring. So the third year there was 3, and then there was 4. So, and they if you go down by the day use in the mornings, you'll see them up in one of the trees on the walkway there.
Wow, we'll have to go
They're really
down.
cool. There's 2 young ones that are still brown, and then the 2 balds.
Yeah, we've only seen one this time, and then I think you and a friend saw some moose yesterday.
We did.
Which I don't believe that. I didn't see them. I saw pictures.
They were there. And today I saw the deer.
Yeah, we saw
feeding
the deer.
a very new baby.
Oh,
brand new baby nursing a baby deer. It was really cool. So there's a lot of wildlife if you take the time. And you're lucky enough to be in the right spot.
Because what about bears? We're always saying bear country, but what about bears?
There's been a lot of bear sightings, but so far we've supplied bear boxes like that, where all your food stuff goes in there. So we've had a lot of bear sightings, but no bear problems because there's been no reward this year. So my campers are really being diligent at following the rules and keeping everything put up and safe. So the bears they're not coming back, they're just coming through. So it's working out really well.
That's good, keeping everyone safe.
Yep.
So, and
education.
And I don't know if you guys can hear in the background that running water, but that's the stream behind our camper. And it's been a little rainy, so we've got a little stream behind us, and it's really nice to hear. A little white noise when you're sleeping.
There you
before
go.
You go to sleep. So.
It's still quieter than the other side.
Yeah. That's rushing water over there.
That's rushing water over there.
So. Well, I think that wraps up what we were going to talk about today.
All right.
So
Well, thank you for having me.
Appreciate you and Tank sitting with us and talking to us today. And
we appreciate it. Thanks.
Yeah. So that's it. Thanks, guys, for watching.